Okay, so let's start from the fact that a lot of women are still struggling when it comes to being empowered economically. So how do you think, let's start from the that Nigeria, women in Nigeria become economically empowered to contribute to the development of the nation?
Okay, thank you very much for having me. Thank you so much. So basically, the thing is this. When you look at the statistics of women MSMEs in Nigeria, you find out that we had 41%, but I was checking the statistics this morning and I saw that it had increased to about 52 or 54% of women in business, and not just in Nigeria, in Africa. So you see that, yes, at the MSME level, it's very easy for a woman to go into business. Like you could see a woman could say, okay, I have a passion for maybe makeup, I have a passion for maybe fashion, and then they go into business. So going into business at that level is, I think the market is quite open when you look at the Nigerian space. Right. It's actually very open.
So that's sort of good news that we have more women, over 50%, right, in business already.
Yes, it's actually good news, because at that level we are not having issues. I think where we begin to have issues is where you talk about sustainability of business, where you talk about scaling up your business, where you talk about bringing in partners, bringing in funds, and having more women sit in the boardroom. That's where the problem occurs. So you don't have problems with having female startups, but what you have problems with is female-led businesses that have structures. That is what is actually
So let's talk about sustainability, for instance, and partnership. I mean, what kind of partnership and scaling up or mechanism will make such business grow? Let's start from there.
Okay, yeah, I know that a lot of people and a lot of institutions have begun to open up to have trainings for women. But you see, beyond trainings for women, women need to be able to let go of those stereotypes that keep us, that it limits us, makes us believe that we cannot do beyond the petty little trade that we are doing. And a man generally believes, and he's seen as a breadwinner, so it's easy for a man to start a business, and then he's looking at where is that business going to take me in 50 years time, how much income do I bring in. So I think it starts with reorientation, it starts with integrating women into the business sphere, making them understand that even though this is little, you can grow. And it's wonderful to see that we have some Nigerian brands that are owned by women that have been able to do this. So it starts with reorientation, it starts with inclusion, it starts with empowering the women, giving them support. And when people say empowering, they just feel it's to throw money at them. No, that's not empowerment. Empowerment starts with reorientation, teaching them, making them see themselves, making them understand that this thing that you're doing, it's beyond this, making them see their place in the GDP of the nation. In that way, they'll be able to thrive, and they'll be able to bring those learnings that they have into their businesses and grow those businesses. So you talk about partnership, which is very key. Yeah.
So let's talk about the process of partnership, or attracting, viable partnership that can grow a business in this sense.
Okay. So in attracting viable partnership, the first thing is that you have to understand that your business has to have structure. And when they say structure, a lot of people just go draw an organogram and then they are carrying it all around and say that's structure. That's not structure. In understanding your structure of your business, you first of all understand your vision of your business. You understand, okay, who are your target markets? You have to make this business viable, because I wouldn't want to partner in a business where I'm not seeing any future. And then you also have to take care of your financials. A lot of people, they don't have good financials. So you have a company where the woman is from that purse of she feels it's profit. But the truth is, a lot of people that are in business are not really making profits. Because by the time you deduct your call card, you deduct internet, you deduct transport, you deduct little things that they forget to deduct, what happens at the end of the day is that they feel they're making profit. But when you deduct all those costs, you find out that you're not making profit at all. So what you have is a woman, maybe she has a shop, or she's a makeup artist, and then you pay her maybe 7,000 or 10,000 naira for a makeup job that she does, and she feels she's very rich. Okay, so she's coming to tell me, partner in my business, and you're like, okay, so what's your profit margin? And she says, okay, I bought all these things when I was starting for about 100,000 naira, and I've been able to service, like, maybe it has lasted for 6 months, and I've serviced like 20 customers, so I'm making a profit of 100,000, which is like 50%, but that's not the actual cost of the profit.
So in other words, there has to be a proper account.
Yes, your accountability
of the money going out,
yes,
and money coming in.
So you can't just come out of your store and then you see bread, you're buying biscuits. Your children need sharpener for school, you're buying it. They need books, you're buying it, and then you see you're making profit. You're not making profit. So you can't attract people to come into your business that way. You have to first of all start with basic bookkeeping, as in there are bookshops where they sell these normal ledgers, or there are apps on the internet on the internet that you could use. Download those apps, know how much is coming in, credit balance, just those normal debit, credit, little things. Start by it. By the time you know what is coming in, you know what is going out, you understand the vision of your business. So okay, if I'm into makeup, like this morning I had to go through to a makeup artist before I got here. So if I am coming into business, and maybe my business is to do makeup, why? I want women to look beautiful. Where do I see my brand in 5 years? Right. Where do I see my brand in 10 years? In that way, I can be able to know that, okay, now anybody that is coming in is seeing themselves in it. And then apart from that, join groups. Don't just stay alone. Look for people that are doing what you're doing. And I used to say that you don't have to be 10 people doing one thing. Right. It's just this mentality of all of us trying to be owners. Everybody wants to hold on to it. No, look for someone else that is doing the same thing, because you have your strengths, the person has their own strength, and in most times you'll be amazed that your strengths could complement each other's weakness. So come together, get a lawyer, do all the documents, put your books in order, and then start your business. In that way you find out that you grow more. So we don't need a lot of women opening shop. No, we need women to come together to say, okay, we are coming together to open this, and you'll find out that it becomes better, and then they make more profit at the end of the day.
Are there, advocacy groups really going on there in terms of empowering more women out there? You talked about not working in installation and joining group, but are they available there? And if they are available there, how can one take advantage of such advocacy group?
Okay, so there are advocacy groups, but it's not, now I want you to understand that this is a new terrain, actually. Right. So what we have majorly are groups that do mentorship, and then we have groups that do trainings. Like, okay, so that's what we basically have. We really don't have
mentorship and training.
Yes, okay. So we really don't have advocacy group. This is a new space that is just coming out, and so that's not, we don't really have that. But
there has been an issue of access to funding for women, even though you said earlier that we now have more women doing business out there. Over 50% of women doing businesses out there. But the access to funding has also been an issue for some sections of women, or some women out there talk about not being able to have access to funding. How do you think we can address that? Okay,
so I know that there are funds available.
Oh, really?
Yes, I know there are funds available. I know that I can call a couple, right? I know there's this LSTF, Lagos State Fund, and I know people collect money there. I know that there are a lot of other funds. I know there are angel investors. So the problem is not funding. I think that's where we should start.
Right.
Funding is not the issue. And when I say funding is not the issue, a lot of people would be smile and they'll look at me like, funding is not the issue. Now the issue is this: get your house in order. Don't go looking for a loan for a business, because how do you service the business every month? Most women do not have proper structures in their business. And you need to have proper structure. See, if your books are in order, I can guarantee you that you will get funding. So when a lot of people say fundings are not available, you ask them, okay, bring your books. Let me see what is going on. Let me come into your business. Let me sit with you, because there's what we do. It's called business in a box, where we look at your startup and then we look at everything in your business, and you discover that your house is not in order. For instance, if you're having guests and you told me to come for a party in your house, and I came into your house and I see clothes everywhere, I see water on the ground, I see everywhere upside down, will I sit there? I wouldn't.
So there has to be a proper structure.
Yes, you have to put structure in.
Just before I allow you to go, I want us to look at what kind of startups, for someone who is watching and want to say, okay, funding is available, okay, I mean, if I put my structure in order, but then starting is an issue. So for startups, what kind of business would you advise that for someone who want to get started? We just starting, he doesn't have, she doesn't have any structure yet, no structure, no business on ground, but planning to go into a business. Okay, so planning to go into a business. First of all, I ask you, why do you want to? What actually is that thing that anytime you see, you want to cause a change? Like I have 4 businesses, and SuperPro was co-founded with a friend. And so let me use SuperPro for instance. During the COVID, we found out that a lot of companies were laying off staffs. And because they were laying off staffs, she called me up one day and she was like, how do we help these companies to be able to get virtual assistants who can be able to still do their work, and then it's cheaper because there are no funds out there? So that was the passion. Right? And so she came to me because I am the person passion is to solve problems.
That was her own passion.
Right.
And when she told me about it, I sat down to ask myself, okay, is this something I want to do? So I think first of all, identify what is that thing, that pain point that you have. What is that thing that you notice in every day? And when you see those things, ask yourself, okay, do I have what it takes to do it? If I do not have what it takes to do it, who can I call to come in? And then we talk about the terms, and if the person has a buy-in, we start. So I can't just say these are a list of what you can go into. No, I have to first of all understand what exactly do you want to solve. What is that problem you want to solve? What's that thing that you want to do? Then I now have to understand if you have that required skill to do it. If you don't have, is there anyone in your circle that you could speak with? So it's not just like go and bake, go and cook. Go into ICT. The future of jobs, some jobs would die out in 20 years' time. No, that's not just it. It's a lot more, because if we keep giving people a list of things that they can do, what happens is we keep repeating that circle, and then you find out that even though, yes, we have over 50% of women at that MSME level, by the time it gets to the strategy level, we find that even internationally, I don't think we have up to 15% of women. Let's wrap it up now. Yes. The future of small and medium enterprise in Nigeria, or micro and small and medium enterprise in Nigeria. Where is Nigeria headed? When you look at the business environment as it is now, with all of the challenges and opportunities there. Okay, yes. There are a lot of challenges in Nigeria right now, yes. But I believe that in periods of challenges, that's where a lot of people can be able to find themselves and build sustainable businesses. So I believe that doing business in Nigeria right now is kind of difficult, but in the difficulty, let's look for those little things, those little opportunities that can scale us up. Like, so I have a couple of them. I could share my
I think we'll just have to go now.
And then later, I'll share it with you, and then you could share it with them. It's all right. Yes. I think we'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much. Chizuba Akwene is co-founder, SuperPro. It's a company catering for virtual assistants and general administrative need of organization. Thank you for coming on Business Breakfast. Thank you very much.